The man himself, Matt Ward. Matt, how's it going?
I'm good, thanks. I feel like Dan Dawson. I saw your interview and I feel like Dan Dawson.
First of all, thanks for having us at Live Darts here for the evening.
No, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming and doing all these interviews.
As I say, it must be manic for you having to do this tonight, and then you've got players in the Euro Tour, players on the Challenge Tour, probably playing as we speak right now.
Yeah, Jamie Hughes won.
You must be absolutely non-stop today.
Oh yeah, the phone was a bit mad, but you know it's all part of the job. Hopefully, Dowell can get the job done later, and Jamie's still going strong on the second one, so it's all good news at the minute. Yeah.
Nights like this must be an absolute nightmare for yourself, organisation-wise, logistical-wise, getting everyone here, getting everything done for the evening.
Yeah, it's difficult. We've got a good team now. Obviously, we've teamed up with Jason at Modus, and he's got a good team, and a few people help out. So we've got about 9-10 people working the event tonight. So it's difficult with 1,000 people here, but obviously looking forward to it. It's a great venue, like you say, and obviously just out the season in Skegness as well. So.
Hi everyone, we're here at the MDA Promotions event, and we're joined by host tonight, Woody Thorne. Woody, thanks for joining us.
Absolute pleasure. It's my third time here in a very few months. We've been here with Gazza, been here with Anthony Joshua, and now I've got the Legends of Darts, which is going to be great fun.
Bit of a drive down for yourself, Dundee last night?
Yes, I was at Dundee last night with Gazza, and I got to Carlisle, decided to have a stop there, and then got back in the car again this morning and drove down to Skegness.
Right, only one place to start in the snooker. The hot topic at the moment is the shot clock. What's your thoughts on it, and do you think that slow players deserve to be fined for the good of the game, or are you completely against it?
I'm definitely an advocate of the shot clock. To be perfectly honest, I think now it needs to be brought in. In fairness, most snooker players, the first shot they see is the shot they need to play. So then all of a sudden they spend the next few minutes messing around. I mean, don't get me wrong, Peter Ebdon has always been like that. So I'm not just picking Peter out because he's been former champion of the world, one of the greatest players of all time. But I think in fairness, it's getting... We're in the entertainment business. I think that's what the term Barry Hearn used, and that's what we're in, the entertainment business. And I think you've got to entertain the fans. So taking 35, 40 seconds a shot, I think most players should be on 20 seconds.
Hi everyone, welcome to Live Darts TV. We're joined by the legend that is Phil Taylor. Phil, thanks for joining us. We're here back in Skegness. Pleased to be back in like the holiday environment.
I used to come holiday here when I was a little child with my mum and dad in Butlins next door.
Obviously,
I love Skegness.
Obviously, fresh off the back, made your planetary debut at the match play. Did you enjoy it? Being that side of the microphone and seeing it through a different way?
Yeah, it was different. It was different for me, and I did enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, everybody thought me and Wayne were going to fall out, but we didn't. We quite gelled, I think. It was good. Yeah, Rod Studd looked after me very well. You know, and showed me a few of the ropes, like, you know, what to do and what not to do. So.
From a player's point of view, it was interesting to see the other side of it, how that all works.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a different one to them. They're the ones that do all the loudness. I was just commentating on what I saw, really, at the end of the day.
Must have been pleased with the social media reaction you got as well from it, because it seemed to go down very well with the darts fans.
Well, thank you. I don't know, I don't want it. Bob does it for me.
Obviously as well.
But I tell him what we're on.
Obviously Gary winning has joined a very exclusive club. Only yourself, Gary and Michael that have won the darts triple crown.
Yeah, the treble. Yeah. He did well, Gary did. Especially, you know, after coming back from abroad, you know, he wasn't the fittest he's ever been, you know, with jet lag. But I think he did brilliant.
For a stage that he hasn't done well on before either, so that must be pleasing.
The first time I'm on it and he goes and wins it. I can't believe it.
We're here in Skegness for the MDA and Modus promotion. Unbelievable event, and we're joined by Sky Sports expert Wayne Mardle. Wayne, thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks, Phil.
I say, great event. It's been down a lovely arena to play darts in.
Yeah. It looks $1 million.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll play $1 million.
I say we haven't spoken since the match play. Gary's joined a very, very unique club. Only Phil, Michael, and himself to win the Triple Crown. Unbelievable achievement, and one of the modern greats of the game.
Very much so. I believe that in recent years, Gary's been, I'm not going to say forgotten, but you mentioned the 3-time world champions, which people do, and I'm on about you John Parts, you John Lowe's, obviously Brissy being 5 times and everything else, and Barney. I don't think Gary gets the credit for what he's won. I think he's still underachieved. Because I think he's got the ability that not many people have ever had in the game. And this is going to be contentious, but I couldn't care less because that's what I do. I think that apart from Michael Van Gerwen, apart from Phil Taylor, Gary Anderson is the best player that I've seen apart from those two. So I'm making the 3rd best player that I've ever seen. That's including Eric, that's including Barney, John Lowe, that's including these people. The way that he won that final against Mensur Sulovic, digging deep, Do people think that Gary can grind it out before that? Maybe not. He ground that out. That was tough work, and I tell you what, I'm a Gary Anderson fan. I like the way he plays the game. Get on with it. Get on with it. Play quicker than me if you can, and then I'll be happy.
Right now, is he the best player in the world? Forget the rankings. On current form, is he the best player in the world in your opinion right now?
No. Michael Van Gerwen's always the best player in the world until he packs up or until he goes right off the boil. He's not off the boil. I think that Gary's still second behind Michael, and that's how good Michael Van Gerwen is.
Bobby, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
First of all, after your health scare in the year, back to normal now, on the mend?
Yeah, well, I had pneumonia. I didn't. When you get pneumonia, you don't even know you've got it. That's the frightening thing about it. I just had a bad cough, a bit chesty. Didn't think nothing of it. Just thought it was another cold. Got out of bed, have a wee, and collapsed in an hospital. You know, we can die of it, but you don't know you got it. You've got to be very careful. When you get older, it's obviously more dangerous than if you're young. You probably get over it easier. But I had 4 days in hospital and I'm all right now. Yeah.
Amazing. Obviously, only one place to start. The BDO. There's all changed at the top, and they've got rid of all the sanctions against their players now. Is this a great thing for darts and the first step of maybe the two organisations working together?
Well, I think it was a bit silly in the beginning, to be honest with you. I didn't join the PDC. The reason why, because no one asked me. You wouldn't think that, would you? No one ever asked me. And I wasn't into tournaments when they went. I came back in '92, I won the playoffs, and then that's when they split. But I wasn't involved in all that aggravation. And then it got nasty, you know, he's PDC player, he's BDO player. 90% come from the BDO, the World Federation of Darts. It's rubbish. They're the same people. And I think it's stupid, to be honest with you. But I'm glad they've sort of like, it's like having a divorce. You don't take your ex-missus out to have a meal, do you? Because the wife you just married gets yump. And it's the same thing. So, but now they've sort of like come to their senses, I think, which is good.
Do you think we'll ever see it one day where darts is all under one banner again?
Not in my lifetime, I don't think.
And we're joined by the man himself, Colin Lloyd. Colin, how's it going?
No, very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well. I haven't
Good.
seen you since the match play, so only place to start. What an unbelievable event. Gary joining the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Great achievement for him.
Oh, listen, he played absolutely magic, and let's not forget mental, you know, because it takes 2 people to make a final. And Jesus, what a final! It was absolutely brilliant. I mean, the tournament started off quite slow, really. You know, everybody was wondering when there's going to be 100 average, and then all of a sudden it just exploded into life, and it was sensational. It was brilliant, and you know, fair play to Gary Anderson going up there, getting the job done, and proving what a great champion he is.
I say you're now spotting for Sky Sports
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah, it's great fun. You know, the Sky crew, they're absolutely fantastic. You know, you got to be serious. You got to do your job properly and whatever. You know, but it's always great job, everyone. You know, thanks very much for everyone's help. It's been great. You know, and I'm loving it. Keith Dell has been great. You know, Keith's got me involved in it, and like I say, it's just great to be involved. It's just great to be around with the big darts competitions again. So long may it continue.
Have you got your little black book where you play the way they go and things
No,
like that?
I'm leaving that to Keith at the minute.
I say because you must have to do some homework for some players.
Yeah.
They all go weird and wonderful
Yeah,
ways
of
now.
course you do. But do you know what? Seriously, the thing about it is when you're in the heat and the throes of darts, there was one game I've done, it was last year's Grand Slam, and it was Gary Anderson. Now I know Gary Anderson for 108 goes treble 17, single 17, tops. And I sat there with a microphone, treble 17, single 17, top, single 17, treble 17, tops, you know. Bang, bang, bang. And he went, oh, lovely jubbly. About 3 legs later, treble 17, single 17, top, single 17, treble 17, tops. I said, we all know, don't we? All of a sudden there's a boom. And I thought, I'm looking at the 17s, cameras on the 17s. And I quickly glanced across and looked at my full screen. I went like that, single 8 tops, you know. So there's sometimes with a player, you know, it's your head, it's your mindset.
Yeah.
You know, although Gary goes that way, sometimes when you're in the throes of a match,
It just feels right to go
you
another
just
way.
you just go and you just do it. You just throw darts, and he didn't go the wrong way. He just went the way he felt comfortable at that moment in time. So, You do have to be on the ball a little bit, otherwise you get caught out massively. Yeah.
Going to take you all the way back. How did you get into darts? What was your way into the...
Lucky, I was always a fan. I used to queue up outside the Winter Gardens at Blackpool on New Year's Day for a season ticket. It's 80 quid then. And, I always did that, queued up, and then I loved the darts, and I lost my job. I was a plumber, I lost my job, and I went to a Premier League night in Sheffield, and I got a card there saying Adrian Lewis on tour, Paul Booth. Paul Booth's an MC in the darts world.
Yeah.
So I called him up, got a venue sorted, and he says, Barneveld's available as well. This should have to be won his world championship. Oh, let's get it. No, I didn't have internet then, didn't have any emails, never did anything like that. Strange really looking back how ridiculous it was all hand tickets and stuff, and word of mouth and phone. We had 300 people in the first, my local club, Ibstock. That was 2007, and ever since then it's like got into managing players, and it's sort of built and built and built, and now it's my full-time job. So it was,
How was the transition from just putting on exhibitions to being, it's not just a manager, you're almost an agent for them as well, aren't you?
It's hard really, because you've got promoter's hat and you've got an agent's hat as well. So sometimes people will ring up, and obviously you set a price for a player, and it's difficult, but it's sometimes easy because you know exactly what that player's worth, so you know if that's a good price for a player and stuff. But to promote an event is a lot less stressful than managing players. Obviously you're managing a lot of egos and managing a lot of tantrums, and they're not the best when they lose, as nobody is, and you've got youth players as well, and man management is a thing. Obviously I've got Darryl and Benito, that's the two that I try and manage. Benito does a lot for himself, whereas Darryl, I do everything, which doesn't mean him less of a player, but he likes everything to be done for him.
Just needs to know where he's got to
Doesn't
be.
know, where am I going? And same with James as well, James Wilson, other players. John Goldie, who's a tour card holder, he'll like to have a little input as well, and the youth players as well. You got Nathan, who needs everything done for him, and that's happy. He just wants to play darts, and that's what you take the pressure off the players. Obviously, the financial strain as well when you're starting out. A lot of players can't do the tour, even though the entries have gone to fly over from Ireland in a hotel, like Kevin Maness, for him to come out for about £400 a weekend. So you take away the financial strain. So that's the thing that I think my early doors is the players. You take off the financial strain. As they progress, you take off all the pressure, like Twitter. I do all the Twitters and stuff, and the players won't be able to cope with the tweets.
Obviously as well, the calendar was released yesterday. Have you had a quick look at the 2019 calendar? If you were a player,
I haven't, no, but Bob's been telling me on the car on the way here tonight what it's like. He said it's absolutely destroying. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes next year with the players. It's going to be hard for them, 100%.
Even if you were 20 years younger doing it again, would you still pick and choose the events you did with the calendar so packed?
You'd have to do. You can't do them all. You've seen players now pulling out of tournaments. You couldn't. It's impossible. Plus, you've got a family as well. You couldn't do it.
Halfway through 2018, how would you assess the dart season so far? Obviously, you've taken a step back and no longer playing it. What's your assessment of what you've seen so far?
Very busy again. Very, very busy. I've enjoyed what I've seen. I haven't done a lot of watching darts, I'll be honest with you, because I've played it for so many years. I've had a break from it. I do look at the results on the website, and that's what I've been doing. I'm a bit of a flicker, so I'll watch like 5 minutes and then I'll flick over to something else, and I'll flip back, see the scores, and flip back over. I'm one of them.
Obviously the match play, so many memories, but if you could pick one, your moment of the match play, what would it be?
My moment of the match play is probably, and I don't want to well up here by the way, which I did at the time, was when Gary had won it, and he's on stage, he's having his photos.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
And he was up on the stage with Ty, and he's having his photos done. And that for me is what it's all about. It's not always about the performing and doing it when you've done it, and then you're celebrating with family, watching Rachel and. No, I just thought that was magnificent. And at the time I was in the studio and we had to cut to a VT because I was basically crying. I love things like that.
Early days, PDC was more easier because if you won the World Championship, you could go in there tournament for 10 years. BDO, you can win it one year and you're back the following year, but after that you've got to qualify, and I think it's quite a hard slog to qualify to get to the World Champs in the BDO. But now it's the same in the PDC. It's like you have a party and you're happy, you're in the living room drinking, and you invite another load in and you're pushed into the kitchen, and then in the end you're in the garden. And that's what's happened now. PDC players who are there, they've opened the door and they've gone to their party and they've pushing them out because there's too many of them. And then you've got to really pull your socks up then. They say professional, fed up hearing all that. I'm a professional, you know. You're a dart player. You know, we like to drink, but you go to some countries, they don't drink at all, these kids. And these people that play darts don't have to drink to play darts. It's a sort of a culture thing, I suppose, in the British way. You go in a pub, and even if you're old enough to drink, you don't really like drinking, it's a horrible taste. So you have a game of darts, and you get good at it, and then you get good at the bitters and that, and you think, oh, this is not bad. But you don't have to drink to play darts. If you drink too much, you can't play anyway. But it's a thing that you're brought up with it. It's like, I don't know, you don't go in a greengrocer's to buy a loaf of bread, do you?
Touching there, Michael, yes, he is fantastic. And the way the ranking's done, he can't be caught.
Yeah.
Is he the best player in the world right now, in your opinion? Or has Gary overtaken him right now?
I don't know. I think you have to say it's Michael again. Because, yes, Gary Anderson won the match play. Played superb. Absolutely superb. Michael had an off day, got punished. But since then, he's won a couple of Europeans and whatever, and he's starting to try and stamp a bit of authority again. But if he lets his guard down, the likes of Anderson, Smith, Peter Wright, people like that, they're going to pounce. So he knows he's got to have his wits about him, he's got to have his guard up constantly, because them guys are there ready to strike and they don't fear him. So, you know.
Nice. What is it like to work with Matt, or for Matt, should I say?
I can't really swear on this, can I?
You can swear if you want.
No, I'm joking. Matt's good to work with. You know, he's probably one of the hardest workers in darts there is, especially managers wise. You know, on his sort of evenings, you don't know how much work goes into it until you see how much someone like Matt does. You know, getting the auction stuff together predominantly, getting the people organised, the stage people, the lighting, the screens, everything comes together. It's mainly because of Matt. You know, you put so much work in that goes unseen until you actually come and see it all getting done yourself.
So within MDA, what's your job role? What do you do for the company?
Predominantly I drive the van and do what Matt tells me. That's my role. Whatever Matt needs me to do, whether it be make sure the players are okay, get bits and pieces, drive the van up and down the country, which we often do. You know, like last week was in Scotland, all over the place with Paul Gascoigne. This week we're here with all the players tonight, Phil Taylor. And next week we're probably somewhere else I don't even know yet. He generally moves me on a Thursday, tells me we're going tomorrow. Oh, okay, we're off. That's about it.
So you're a darts fan yourself?
I am, very much a darts fan.
Obviously, when your players play each other and you're sat there, that must be the ultimate nightmare for yourself. Do you actually
Depends
sit there
if
and
it's a
watch
final, I'm quite happy.
do you sit there and watch it, or do you take yourself backstage so you can't really see what's going on?
It's never happened on TV. There was a game this year in Milton Keynes, where Dowell played James. And James was the best game he's played all year. I think he went out 12-10 to beat him 6-2, and Dowell was like, but the guys that I deal with are pretty good. I don't get many tantrums. Me and Dowell have fell out probably once in 6 years, and no major fallouts as well. So, it's hard when they play each other, but at the end of the day, someone's got to win and someone's got to lose. So.
Have you ever signed anyone that you regret, that you didn't wish you'd signed, that's obviously no longer with you?
No, the only two that we've sort of like parted company with was Dean Winstanley and Justin, and I won't regret any of it really, because they gave me so many good memories. Justin early doors was some great memories, and beating Wes Newton at Blackpool was amazing. It was parted with Wes as well, but Dean, me and Dean, we're clash personalities, but he gave me some of the best nights of my life watching him play, so I'd never regret anything. You don't regret anything because you learn from it, so never regret anybody. It's a gamble at the end of the day, and we signed Dowell when he was 0 in the rankings, and that journey's been unbelievable. It's best time of my life, really.
You're captain of your Friday night team.
Yeah.
6 players, whoever you want, past, present, someone that you play with at the pub that you know. What would your 6-man dream team be?
Oh, God, Jesus. I don't know. Not including me.
You can pick yourself if you want.
No, I'm not going to pick me. I think Phil Taylor, Michael Van Gerwen, Eric Bristow, James Wade, Adrian Lewis, Gary Hansen, and not necessarily in that order.
Oh, 6-man dream team. My dream team when I first played was the England side. So the players that I played with them was Eric, John Lowe, Bob Anderson, Big Cliff. That's 4. Keith Daly. I'd have Keith in. Somebody mark the board. And I'd put Dennis Prissy in as well.
Sheesh. Right, so the best 6 I can pick, or the most like... so is that 6 plus me or 5 plus me?
You can include yourself in that.
Of course it's me! Come on now! Come on! A team without me! That's not a team! Right, I'll tell you what, I'd love my dad in there, by the way.
Yeah.
My dad was a great player. He had 9 darts on, he was 70 years old and 2 weeks. So that's 4 to go.
Yeah.
Michael Van Gerwen, Gary Anderson, Phil Taylor. Because they're very, very good. I'm going to pick one for posterity here, and that is one of the best players I've ever seen not make it because his action went. And he played for England, played in the World Championships in '94. Ian Sarfas, who's one of my friends, and I would have a laugh with him. I'd expect the others to win loads of points. My dad would be telling me to not drink so many Guinnesses, and I think that would be one hell of a team that we'd have fun and we'd win the league, wouldn't we? Sure.
I like that.
I'll have John Lowe. I don't really like John Lowe. Well, I'll get on well with him. You're not too bad at the moment now, yes. He's a great steady dart player, John Lowe was. As a person, I didn't get on with him, but a good dart player. So I picked John Lowe. I mean Eric for the trap. He was a good dart player in his time. Jockey Wilson, because he didn't know if he was playing well or not. And then you go to the modern day, I suppose I've got to go for Michael Van Gerwen. I've got to go for Phil Taylor, but that's 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's one I'll go for, and a lot of people say, why do you go for him? Because he was such a nice person, and everyone liked him. He's Alan Glazier.
Great dream team, that, Bobby. I like that.
Yeah.
Absolute pleasure, Bobby. Thanks for joining us.
Oh,
at
I
Live Darts.
forgot. And me. I forgot that. You didn't mention me. It's 7 then.
7.
7. The magnificent 7.
There
That's
it
what
is.
it'll be.